Dolphins fans, we're trying to reach our next milestone here on Dolphins Today. We are exactly 300 subscribers from 42,000. If you're all about the Fins, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Dolphins Today is sponsored by Cimini. If you go to cimini.com/chat, you're going to get an additional 15% off on their height-boosting shoes. We'll tell you more about that great deal later on in today's show. I am Will Scott. Welcome in to Dolphins Today. On today's show, we're talking about the possibility of trading for Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Now, ESPN's Rich Cimini, who covers the Jets for ESPN, said that extension talks are not close between the Pro Bowl defensive tackle and the New York Jets. Here's what he said on ESPN this morning. Williams appears to be the next man up in terms of an extension, but the two sides aren't close to an agreement, even though the second contract market for top defensive tackles is clearly formed. The Jets have leverage because they have Williams' rights for 2023, plus a potential franchise tag in 2024. But it doesn't do them any good to upset one of their top players. In the meantime, he's skipping voluntary workouts. So Quinnen Williams not at voluntary workouts this offseason. Here's what he did last season. This guy is a top-tier defensive tackle in the league, probably top 3 defensive tackle in the National Football League right now. 55 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 28 quarterback hits, 12 sacks for Williams with the Jets last season. Wreaked havoc against the Dolphins as well. Really impressed me this past season. Now, would the Jets trade him to a division rival if they can reach an extension? I don't know. Any in-division trade seems rather unlikely, but we have seen it before, especially with the Dolphins and the Patriots. Do you want to trade for Quinnen Williams? Type T for trade or type P for pass. Down in the comment section, go down and let me know. Do you want to trade for Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams? That is the pinned comment on today's video. So when an ad break comes, go down and chime in. Type T for trade or type P for pass. When you're talking about a possible trade, it's probably going to take a first-round pick to land Williams. And the Dolphins did not have a first-round pick in 2022. They did not have a first-round pick in 2023. So you'd go 3 straight seasons, off seasons, without a first round pick in the draft. I'm not crazy about that idea, but if Quinnen Williams is on the trade block, and this is a Dolphins team that could certainly use some depth at defensive tackle, that would certainly be pretty intriguing. This is also intriguing, fellas. Are you tired of being insecure about your height? Well, Cimini is going to make sure that you can have shoes that can add up to 2.8 inches to your height discreetly. Women get heels, makeup, push-up bras. Why can't men get a confidence boost as well? We're all the same height lying down anyway, if you know what I mean. Cimini shoes are not only height-boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not grandpa's Velcro shoes, but fashionable shoes that can receive compliments even without the height increase. The height insoles are integrated into the shoes, making it the ultimate height hack. For a limited time, Cimini is offering our viewers an exclusive discount of 15% off on top of their up to 30% site-wide discount. Use code chat at cimini.com/chat to get your 45% off. Don't wait any longer. Upgrade your shoe game and confidence now at CONZURI.com/chat. When I want to get high, I put on a pair of Ciminis. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. I was wearing these around the Chat Sports office the other day, and I'm 5'9". Everyone's coming up to me and like, Will, you're 6 feet tall now. I mean, this is a game changer for you. And I couldn't agree more. Cimini shoes have been a game changer for me. Love wearing them. Makes me feel a lot more confident just about my everyday life, being able to add 2.8 inches to my height. I'm finally taller than producer Jeffery Cooperstein for once. Again, sponsored by Cimini. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. So you go to cimini.com/chat. You use code chat, get 45% off. Don't wait. Go get your height-boosting shoes today. That link, that promo code in the comments and the description of today's video. Going back to a Quinnen Williams trade conversation, not only are you probably going to have to give up a first-round pick to land him, you're also going to have to pay him top dollar if you are able to reach a trade with the Jets. And he's probably going to get paid somewhere in the Jeffery Simmons range. Jeffery Simmons reached a contract extension with the Tennessee Titans a few weeks ago. Here is what that extension look like? He got 4 years, $94 million, $59.3 million guaranteed for an average annual value of $23.5 million per year. That made Jeffery Simmons the second highest paid interior defensive lineman in the NFL, leapfrogging Daron Payne, Dexter Lawrence, and DeForest Buckner, as well as Leonard Williams, Javon Hargrave, some other guys we've seen get paid recently. I think Quinnen Williams actually going to get more than Simmons, maybe $24 or $25 million per year. He's got a great agent, Nicole Lynch. He's negotiated the Jalen Hurts extension, and I expect her to also get Quinnen Williams paid here again, probably in the Jeffery Simmons range, maybe even more than Simmons got from Tennessee a few weeks ago. Again, no secret that Miami needs depth at defensive tackle. Right now, they really don't have a backup defensive tackle. In fact, undrafted rookie Brandon Pillay, he could very well be the guy, as the backup defensive tackle behind Raekwon Davis this next season. Taking a look at some possible trade destinations, I do believe the Dolphins are a team to watch out for here. I've seen the Saints linked. They also need defensive line depth. The Seahawks, the Raiders, and the Lions. The Lions have been gaining some steam in terms of these rumors in the last couple of days. So very possible that Jeffery Simmons could get moved, or actually I should say Quinnen Williams gets paid like Jeffery Simmons. If he does not, though, maybe he'll get traded. But I think the Jets would be pretty foolish to let go of Williams. We'll see. But again, Raekwon Davis is your starting defensive tackle right now. You do not have a clear backup behind him. So that's number one. Number two, Raekwon's a free agent after this next season. So Quinnen Williams could be your guy at the defensive tackle spot for years to come if you are able to work out a trade. But I don't really think it's realistic for several reasons. Number one, the Jets are not going to trade their star defensive player to the Miami Dolphins, their division rival. Number two, you're going to have to pay him a lot of money. The Dolphins don't really have that right now. Number three, I mean, are you really going to give up a first-round pick to land him? I'm not sure. But we'll see. It's something to monitor here for sure in the coming weeks as we get closer to the 2023 season. Let's talk about this now because this is a really interesting story that broke over the weekend. Of course, the Dolphins tampered last year with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. They were docked a first and third round pick, which was absolutely wild. There's another team that has been potentially tampering here. That is the Washington Commanders. There's a report that the Commanders called Andrew Luck about coming out of retirement last offseason. This is before they traded for Carson Wentz, which that didn't work out too well for them. Jim Irsay responded to this report. Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, saying this: if any NFL team attempted to contact Andrew Luck or any associate of him to play for their franchise, it would be a clear violation of the league's tampering policy, and Jim Irsay would be 100% correct. That is a violation of the league's tampering policy. It was ESPN's John Keim that said the Commanders called Andrew Luck last offseason. Keim covers the Commanders for ESPN. Luck retired in 2018, shocking retirement announcement, as we all know, and has not played since. And the Commanders ended up trading for Carson Wentz last offseason. Again, didn't work out too great. Carson Wentz got benched midseason, and Carson Wentz is still looking for a job after he was cut. So, again, the Dolphins tampered last year. Massive penalties for the Dolphins. They had their first-round pick taken away. So now that we know the Commanders potentially tampered here with Andrew Luck, is the NFL going to come down hard on them as well? Or are they going to stay consistent with the standards they set in terms of the tampering violations when they penalized the Dolphins last year? And you know what? I don't think they are. In fact, I don't think Washington is going to be penalized for this at all. And some people might say, oh, well, what Washington did is not as serious as what Miami did. Tampering is tampering, right? They tamper with Andrew Luck. We tamper with Sean Payton and Tom Brady. I understand that. A little bit different. Tom Brady came out on Stephen Ross's yacht. I understand that. But that was a mutual thing. Tom Brady didn't have to come out to the yacht. And the fact that Tom Brady didn't have any punishment for this is pretty wild. And I understand that players can't get punished for tampering, but you get my point. That Tom Brady, it was a mutual thing. He got invited to the yacht. He went to the yacht. Okay. The Commanders called Andrew Luck, right? Again, I don't think anything's going to happen here. But when you have a first-round draft pick taken away for tampering, that sets a precedent. That sets something that should be in stone for any team that tampers. And I guarantee you, nothing is going to happen to the Washington Commanders, which is why It's Dolphins versus everybody. We're bringing this back. Go down the comment section, type DVE, Dolphins versus everybody. You know the drill. It is Dolphins versus everybody, as we know. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Going to have an interesting week ahead. The NFL schedule release is on Thursday, at least supposed to be Thursday. We're hearing that might get pushed back. So stay tuned. We'll go live on Thursday, I think either way, to talk about the schedule or just have a regular live show if there is not a schedule release. So stay tuned. Big week here on the channel. You want to stay in the loop by subscribing.